Jiro here for Umbra Games with a review of Thomas Was Alone, played on PlayStation 4. Thomas Was Alone is an independently developed game by Mike Bithell and published for consoles by Curve Digital. The game started as a browser-based game back in 2010, was released for Windows in 2012, and found its way to PlayStation 3 and Vita in early 2013. It was released on PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U in November of 2014. Having played the Vita version a little bit when it was free with PlayStation Plus, when limited run games offered a nicely printed physical copy on PlayStation 4, I happily succumbed. Thomas Was Alone is puzzle platforming distilled down to its purest form. You move various colored polygons, each with unique jump heights and abilities to the respective white outlines, while dodging spikes and water traps, shifting to each member by a click of R1 or L1. Now the charm is added with narrator Danny Wallace personifying each of these shapes, explaining their feelings, their weaknesses and struggles, as well as a brief quote popping up at the beginning of every world, suggesting these shapes are rogue artificial intelligence, born in a system and just trying to survive. All of this takes place to an amazing soundtrack by David Houston. There are multiple checkpoints in each of the game's 100 stages and no life counter, so there really is no pressure as you work your way through. Thomas is the first polygon we meet, but he's not alone very long. He's the basic average all-around character with a decent vertical and movement speed, and no special abilities. He's shortly joined by squat, angry square Christopher, and John, the thin, tall yellow lion with a giant leap, as well as a few others. As you're introduced to each new character, you'll work a fairly simple stage showing you the new mechanics before having them meet up with the rest of the group. Towards the end of the game's 100 stages, the game began to feel a bit repetitive, and I kept waiting for an upswing in challenge or difficulty, or a level that made me think a while before acting, but it honestly never came. One aspect of the platforming that takes a bit getting used to is the collision between the shape and the platform from which they're jumping. The long, horizontal rectangle can maintain its grip as long as part of it is touching the platform and then can jump from that position. The bounce effect that the shapes have when landing or jumping from an unsteady place can be a bit off-putting at times, but it's probably there to stop you from jumping with one character and then switching quickly to another and jumping off them and cheating the level. It just takes a bit of adjustment. I did get stuck in one place between two blocks, but other than that I really didn't encounter any glitches. I did spot a small black square in a few of the stages that seemed to be a collectible of some sort, but it was never really revealed in gameplay what function they served. Upon further research, I discovered they're merely just there for trophy and achievement's sake. This version of the game also has an optional developer commentary that can be added at the desired volume level. I also have what I understand to be some sort of extra levels or DLC, adding an additional 20 levels with some new characters. Your mileage may vary. Thomas Was Alone is definitely not going to be for everyone. It's an endearing story about friendship and diversity with light problem solving and heavy, fairly solid platforming that just never reaches anything resembling difficult. If you like platforming, can enjoy some minimalism, some quirky humor, and relaxing tunes, then take a few hours and see if the game is right for you. Rated as a 2D puzzle platformer, Thomas Was Alone hits a 53 on my 0 to 100 scale, with an average game being 50. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. You don't have to be alone. Hit subscribe to join the channel, or follow me on Twitter @Umbra Games.